everybody and welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new here, then hello and thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Stephanie and today I'm going to be going over some of my monthly favorite items from July 2019. So the first thing on my list today is actually a natural deodorant. I started using this one last year. I think it was around October or November. Basically, I've always struggled with deodorants and antiperspirants. I have tried many times to kind of move myself away from the antiperspirants of the world and try and find a deodorant that actually works for me. This might be a little bit of oversharing, but I'm kind of a naturally sweatier person. And I think it's important to say this because I know that I'm not the only one out there. So that being said, I struggle with deodorants to help with the sweating and also with any type of body odor. I came across this one, which is a brand called Kopari, and it has a coconut oil base. This one here is paraben free, aluminum free, and it's vegan. And I personally just really like coconut oil. I know some people don't, so if you don't, maybe don't try this one. It glides on really, really nicely. It's not one of those thicker, rougher types of textured deodorants. It's smooth and really nice to put on. It's not that gel type of texture either, where you kind of have to like sit and wait for it to dry before you can even move your arm. This one, you just put it on and you're ready to go. So being coconut oil based, this one does have a bit of a coconut smell to it. It's not too overpowering, but this one's just their original fragrance. I bought mine from Sephora and I was actually just checking out on their website. They came out with a couple of new ones. I think they said there was a gardenia smelling one, and then they came out with a charcoal based one that smells like driftwood. So I'm definitely gonna have to pick up a couple of those because these ones are my absolute favorite and I'm all down for trying different smells. So I had this one last year, and then since then I was trying different ones in between up until now, and I keep coming back to this one. It does pretty good things for me to help prevent body odor, but like I said before, I'm pretty sweaty, so it didn't do a whole lot for me in that department. I actually took this with me to Florida last year when I went to Disney World, and this is all that I used, and I was walking around, as you can imagine, all day long and constantly just sweating, constantly moving around, and this absolutely did wonders for me. The reviews online are kind of mixed. Some people love them, some people don't, but then there's other brands that people love that don't work for me. So you kind of got to experiment a little bit and do some digging and do some research and do some trial and error until you find one that works for you. Okay, this next thing I got for you is actually a clothing item. Now, I love clothes and I love shopping just as much as the next girl. This is one of the items where you are just looking for it and you're so excited for it, and when you finally get it, you're just super happy. And I've been wearing it quite a lot this month, so I had to show it to you. Also, just as a backstory for anybody who doesn't know, I absolutely freaking love Disney. So I would like to introduce to you, dun da da da. I know, you're probably expecting more, right? But this means so much to me. You guys know what it is? Can you tell what it is just by looking at the front? Do you need a hint? You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me.
Okay.
If that doesn't do it for you, then I don't know how to help you. So I'll just show you the back of it. Bam! Ooh, ah, yes! I absolutely love Toy Story. Toy Story is one of my original favorites. I was so young when the first one came out, and the fourth one just recently came out, and my best friend,
bless her soul,
gave me 2 screening passes to go see it before it came out, and I took my boyfriend, and it is honestly so cute. Ugh, I feel like I could cry just thinking about it right now, but I won't. So the story behind this is when I had went to Disney World last year, they actually launched this Spirit jersey shortly after we had left, and it was only available in the parks. And I was so upset because you can only buy certain types of these in the parks because it's an authenticated Spirit jersey. So I was so sad that we missed it. And then they launched it online, but you could only buy them in the States. And I was like, what the heck? What about all of us Canadian Disney fans? And then recently, when the new movie came out, my friend told me that she saw these at the Disney store. So I went to look, and lo and behold, there they were in all of their glory on the shelves. But the problem was they only had a size large and an XL. So I ended up buying the large because I was like, I really, really want one, and I don't know how I'm gonna wear it, but I'm gonna buy it. So I bought the large, and then I was like, maybe I should go check out the other location. So I went to the other location, and they only had large, extra large, and an extra small. I was kind of upset because I'm usually a smaller medium in all of my shirts, so I decided to try on the extra small. These Spirit jerseys are designed to be oversized, so the extra small actually fit me. I probably would prefer a small because the sleeves are just a teeny little bit too short on me, but I don't care. I bought it. You never know when these are gonna come back in stock. So I got it and I am super, super happy. Even though it's the middle of summer, I have actually been wearing it quite often. I'll wear it out, I'll wear it to work, I wear it at home. I just absolutely love this so much. I love Spirit jerseys and I think I'm gonna start collecting them every time I go to the parks. I'm gonna buy a new one because they're just so comfortable. Okay, moving on to the next item. It's a scrunchie, and before you come at me, I know I already spoke about scrunchies in my last video, but I freaking love scrunchies, okay? And yes, those ones that I spoke about in my last video are great, but you know what? There's a new girl in town, and her name is Invisibobble. I am pretty sure you already know what an Invisibobble hair tie looks like. If you don't, here's a little picture of one. But they launched their own scrunchies. I think they're actually called Sprunchies, but I'm just gonna call them scrunchies because that's weird. So first and foremost, credit where it's due. Shout out to my friend Amanda for introducing these to me. I had seen that she was wearing one of these one day because I saw this little logo thing popping out of her scrunchie, and I was looking at it and I was like, is that an Invisibobble scrunchie? And she's like, yeah. And I said, oh my gosh, I need one. So she actually went and picked up a couple for me. I got the cheetah print one, and then I also have the black one, which I'm wearing now. And to my knowledge, it also comes out in a light pinky color, and I haven't seen any other ones yet, but once they come out with different colors, I'm probably gonna get some more. These ones are made out of the velvety material. I am not a huge fan of the velvet material for scrunchies. I said that in my last favorites video because my other ones are all satin. I still do hold true to that. I'm not a fan of the velvetness, but I am a fan of what's inside of the scrunchie. So with these ones, I get the secureness from the Invisibobble, but I get the cuteness from the scrunchie look. Now with these ones, the fabric themselves, there's kind of like less fabric when you compare them to other types of scrunchies, so it's not like as poofy looking as I would prefer. I do kind of like that big poofy scrunchie look, so with these ones you can kind of see it just wraps around really nicely. Hopefully you can see it because I do have dark hair. But I do find with these ones that they hold much better than a normal scrunchie. And that's probably due to the fact that there's an Invisibobble on the inside with the spirals, and it kind of digs in and holds everything better. And just like a normal Invisibobble, it really minimizes and reduces that like crinkly look that you get when you take out a hair tie. I don't have any problems with the scrunchie becoming loose, which I do have with other scrunchies and even just general hair ties. So these ones are really nice. They hold everything in place when I'm at the gym and moving around, and I don't really have any problems with it falling out. Next up on my list is something that I've actually had for quite a while, but it's making a comeback. So here it is in my July favorites video. This is from David's Tea, and it is an iced tea press. I have it in this white color, but I also have it in another color that's kind of like an ombre look with some mint and purple and green on it, and I usually use that one at work. I absolutely love this thing, and I know I've been saying that with pretty much every item so far, but this is a favorites video, so. And I really love tea. So what better thing to drink in the summer than iced tea? Basically how you use it is you put whichever tea you want in here. The instructions will tell you how much tea to use, but I kind of just learn from experience because there's different flavors and each flavor steeps differently. So I've kind of tested it out and I kind of know what I want. So you put the tea into the bottom, then you put boiling hot water up until the line there, and then you let it sit and steep for however long. Once again, I've kind of experimented with different flavors and I know how long I have to leave it in there because once you put the ice in and it dilutes a little bit, it obviously dilutes the flavor. So you gotta let it sit for a little bit longer than you would compared to normal tea. Then there's this other compartment, and the bottom comes off actually. The bottom part that holds the little strainer portion, it comes off, which is nice because it's easy for cleaning. And what you do is you fill up this entire part with ice cubes. Then after your tea has finished steeping, you take the compartment with the ice in it and you push it down into the other container. Then as you can see, as it moves lower and lower, it keeps the tea leaves all in the bottom, but it allows the liquid to push through up into the ice cubes and melt the ice cubes, and then there you have it. You have your own iced tea. I usually don't put any type of sweetener in mine, but if you wanted to put in some sugar or honey or stevia, area, you would put it in at the time that you just put the hot water in. So you kind of let everything mix in there together, and the hot water will help to melt all of the sweetener. And then when you put it all together, you kind of just swirl it around to mix everything together. And then it has the lid, which you can just pop open so you can drink. The mouthpiece here actually has these little blockages so that the ice cubes don't come up, which is a really nice detail, and honestly makes things really easier for you so that the ice cubes aren't coming crashing into your teeth, which really, really hurts. The last item on today's favorites list is a snack, because I love snacks, so I have to talk about one that I recently discovered. It's from a brand called Iwon Organics, and these are their protein sticks. They also have these protein puffs, which I decided to try as well. So the reason I decided to try these is because I love chips. Chips are one of my favorite snacks, but they're not the healthiest for you, as you probably already know. And I also really, really love cheesies, like Cheetos, Cheesies, anything of the sort. Anything crunchy, salty, they're just my absolute favorite. So I picked these up because I wanted to see if they were any good. I've definitely tried other types of like protein chips or protein snacks in the past, and they're just kind of like, eh. But these ones, you guys, oh my goodness. I got mine online actually from a place called Top Nutrition and Fitness. They're based out of Montreal, and the flavors that they carried there are the nacho cheese, spicy sweet peppers, mesquite barbecue. I don't know how to say that word. And there's also sweet Dijon. And then for the protein puffs, they just have the cheddar cheese. I think my favorite protein sticks are probably the sweet Dijon ones, which is kind of weird because I'm not like crazy about mustard. And then the nacho cheese ones I really like as well because they remind me of Cheetos, but they're just a much more healthier version than Cheetos. Another reason I like these ones is because of the macronutrients that are on them. All of them have about 7 to 8 grams of fat, around 20 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of protein per package. They are gluten-free, soy-free, organic, kosher, and non-GMO. As for the protein puffs, these ones have about the same type of macros as the protein sticks. I wasn't too crazy about these ones at the beginning because I was expecting kind of like a Cheeto replacement, because for these ones, they're actually quite similar. But with the protein puffs, they do have that like health food taste to them, so they were a little bit different, but I actually do quite still like them. They kind of remind me of those like veggie stick chips that a lot of people like nowadays, because they are based from pea protein and rice flour and all of that healthy stuff, so they definitely don't taste like Cheetos as much as these ones do. But they are just a great alternative for me because I always like to be munching and snacking on something, and these are just perfect. I'm gonna have to buy some more of these soon because I think I might want to do a my favorite protein snacks type of video or something like that, but I'm gonna be eating all of these within the next few days, so I'm gonna have to buy some more. Well, that's all I have for you guys today, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.